Hello, everybody. How's everybody doing today? It's pretty late. It's 11 p.m. for me. Probably a lot later for some of you, a lot earlier for some others. Let me turn up the music for the BGM. Today we're just gonna have a chill stream, I guess. This is the way to put it. Just gonna enjoy a little bit of a chat late in the evening before going to sleep and stuff like that. Good night, yes, pretty much. Hey IO, how you doing, buddy? Hope you're having a good day. Just wanted to chill a little bit with everybody. Nothing too serious, nothing too exciting in a sense. Just gonna be us having a little bit of a chat. Kinda tired, Dio. Yeah, I can understand. It's been a long day. Had to help around the house and grab food. Yeah, well, you're done now at least. Now I help carry in Lost Ark. Nice, nice, nice. Getting that hard carry done. Get to relax a little bit. Same here, just relaxing. I need a pillow asset. a blanket and a pillow. Go to sleep together, having a chill, relaxing evening. Got the lo-fi music on. Pull up a pillow, blanket over. Just go to sleep. Yeah, we're not gonna be very loud today. I'm gonna be low energy. And just relax. I had some plans for tonight's stream, but those changed a little bit than what I had initially set up. ASMR. I don't think I'm good for ASMR. I mean, I do have a pretty low voice and, well, soft voice, I guess. But I don't know if I'm good enough for ASMR. But if you guys like it, that's good enough for me. Low intensity, low voice, slow talking. I do talk pretty fast usually, much faster than now. I feel like I'm quite often in a rush when I play stuff. I guess it's partly because of what I mentioned last time about, you know, the testing stuff. I kind of just get in that kind of like checkbox mindset, I guess, and just go through things pretty fast. Sometimes I kind of just have to slow down a little bit. I'm getting carried away. And I guess I have been playing a lot of like high tempo games lately. Your voice is good for a bedtime story. I'm glad to hear that. Once upon a time, there was a snow princess living in the mountains. Yeah, I'd have to look up a story, I guess, and tell you all a bedtime story. And there was once 3 little bears. It's the pudding. I don't remember how that story went exactly. Like, I know the general points, but not the smaller details. Definitely need to make bedtime story streams. Sounds good, sounds good. I'll give that a shot at some point. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I get very excited when I play games and I get into the rhythm. I feel like recently I haven't really played a lot of games that are, like, take their time. And even when I did play some slower games, I feel like I just get like, how should I put it? Like I get not distracted. Like the goat with the 3 tiny goats. I don't know that one. I don't know that folklore story. They're usually pretty grim. That won't do. If we're trying to put you to sleep, we can't wake you up with grim stories. That's counterintuitive. we need to find like a good bedtime story that can help you relax. Yeah. The games I've been playing, I just get this old habit, I guess, and just lose patience sometimes. I feel like between work and streaming, I kind of just got into a certain groove where I feel the need to always, you know, quote unquote, be productive. So like there can never be a dull moment. But I feel like that just tires me out in the grand scheme of things. Maybe I just burn myself out too fast. Like start intense and then trickles down and we lose momentum. Maybe we should try and do some slower streams like this, where we just chill and chat and me putting you all to sleep, I guess. I didn't know that was possible, but yeah, I guess I have a new talent now. Some lazy days and here and there are good. True. Probably should take that advice to heart. I feel like I've been burning myself out recently. And work also doesn't help. I feel like I've been in a slump lately. I kind of forgot to look after myself properly. At least on the mental side, I guess. I keep trying to think of ways to, you know, please others. I forget to please myself sometimes. Do things for myself. And it actually got me a little bit down lately because of that. Trying to find my groove, but it feels like I just can't hit the right notes. Yeah. I wouldn't say I'm in the best headspace recently. The past year has been pretty, how should I put it? What would be the right word to describe it? Need to watch more anime. Amongst other things, yes. And I guess the last year has been a little bit more on the heavy side, a little bit drowning kind of sensation. I feel like nothing that I do really brings me the joy that it used to, and then I can't really find that like sweet spot. And I keep forcing myself to try and, like, you know, push it and find it. And I guess sometimes I feel like I get close to that point. Like I feel like I'm starting to see, you know, that little light at the end of the tunnel. But whenever I feel like I get close to it, it kind of just disappears. And I just can't get in the groove. It's been weird. I'm not used to this feeling. I haven't felt like this in a very long time. No. Especially not for so long. I need to wander some more. Yeah, definitely. The lockdown stuff for the past 2 or so years definitely didn't help. Well, it's not 2 years. It's been like, what, a year and a half? No, probably more. Yeah, about a year and a half. That definitely didn't help. I do feel a little bit claustrophobic in a sense. I just feel like my world has shrunk a little bit around me. It's not all doom and gloom, of course. Like, I have been enjoying myself here and there. Elden Ring definitely has been fun. It felt like a little bit of fresh air. Difficult as the game is, and me raging and getting angry, but it was refreshing still. I have had a good time with that, and I'm looking forward to playing more of that in the coming days and weeks. It's definitely something different. Yeah, DFF expansion as well. Okay, I have played some good things recently, so like I said, it's not all doom and gloom. I don't want to make it sound like, oh, woe is me, my life is all in shambles or anything like that. It's just more on the, like, I don't know, on the fulfillment side. I feel like something's missing. Like, even though I'm enjoying Elden Ring and I was enjoying Final Fantasy and everything like that, I feel like I'm just not able to fully appreciate them. Like, I'm enjoying myself, but I could be enjoying it more, you know? It's definitely better than some of the other times, but I don't know. It feels weird. I don't know, I've been streaming for so long as well, and I guess the last year has been very rickety in a lot of ways. You know, we had a lot of issues to go through last year in particular. Looking back, it just feels like, I don't know, I lost something along the way. I don't know exactly when it started. It's hard to pinpoint it, but it feels like it was around the time this whole pandemic started. Probably around that time. Like, I know I'm an introvert and I enjoy my alone time and all that kind of stuff, but I guess being completely isolated without interactions does take a toll on everyone, even someone like me. I remember watching, what was it, last weekend, I think it was, the meetup on the NGN side. You know, Vox, Mista, Ike, and Nina. And it honestly made me feel envious. I really envied them. I envied them because it was such a fun time. Hello Devindra, welcome. I saw them and it really, I don't know, like, on the one hand I was happy watching them. It was definitely fun. Like, I definitely had a good time and laughed with them. the L plus ratio plus you ran into a tree story made me laugh out loud really loud. That was probably my favorite part, the most memorable part. Just thinking about it makes me chuckle. A man goblin name get called. But it also made me really envious, because it made me think back to a few years back when, you know, I'd go out in town and meet friends and stuff, or like acquaintances, maybe not friends. I feel like I don't really have a lot of friends. Using your full name felt weird. I mean, I didn't know how to refer to you in this case. I just saw it written and I read it out loud. Just made sense in the moment. Yeah, I was thinking back of years past. I used to go to conventions. I used to go to concerts. I used to meet up with people and hang out. And a lot of my friends aren't even in town anymore. Many of them left the country altogether, or the city. Can't meet up like we used to. The lockdown also put a stop on most like big outings, like we used to go to conventions and stuff. And I guess I'm just isolated in a way. L plus ratio plus you ran into a tree. That was so good. That was so good. Yeah, I didn't know who you were at first because I'm not used to the names on YouTube yet. I didn't know it was Dav at first. Like it didn't click. Yeah, I'm trying, but it's, you know, I'm not very good at like interacting with people in some regards. Like I feel like I'm you know, I'm a fine person to be around and talk to and all that, but when it comes to like initiating stuff, like initiating conversation with strangers or like reaching out to people for like something like collaborations, I'm not good at that. I always like worry too much. Like I try to please people and like respect people's boundaries and things like that, probably to the detriment of everything in the end. But like whenever I consider rather reaching out to someone, I kind of just feel like I shouldn't, right? Like all these people that I want to interact with, they're, you know, I'm wondering like, am I big enough of a channel to reach out to some of these people, or like maybe they're busy or like they have their own schedules. Can I disturb them? Things like that. I think that's one of my biggest like flaws, I guess. Overthinking things. I overthink things way too much. But I don't know how to stop it, really. It's like hardwired. How do you stop thinking? How do you just, you know, clear your mind entirely and just say whatever comes to mind? Like I'm pretty confident in myself in certain regards. I stop it by talking to people all day. Fair enough. I guess that is something I haven't been doing enough lately. Like I think back even in my earlier days, like I always try to like help others or like please others. I remember on some with some friends, like when I went over to their place and stuff like that. Like when we would hang out, people would always get spooked by how softly I walk around. It's kind of funny. The first time some of my friends saw me walking around the room, like I would make almost no sound, like a ghost moving around. And even that started again because I was trying to, you know, please others. It started when I was a kid, and my mom would come home very late during the day after working all night, and she'd be like super tired. So I tried to make sure not to disturb her or wake her up. So it kind of just turned into me walking like stealthily around the house, making no noise. And it just developed and stuck over time. I remember people getting scared or like startled when I'd enter a room because they didn't hear me. That's funny. But I don't know how to do it differently. It's kind of just how I am. I try and, you know, it's not necessarily just that I'm trying to please others, but more like trying to be conscious about different people's needs, things like that. So like, or like even just simple things, like if I don't like something, I try not to subject others to the same thing. So if I feel like or think that something might be inconvenient for others, I'm gonna avoid doing it. I try to change things a little bit. That's why I started streaming in the first place, to try and talk to different people, you know, learn to be more extroverted a little bit, try and be more open. I feel like I have made some progress, but in the last year or so, I don't know, I just felt like, this might sound dumb in a way, but I don't mean this in a negative way to anyone who does watch me and continues to watch me after all this time. This isn't a jab at anyone. It's more of a like state of mind thing for me than anything else. But like for the past year or so, I just feel like there hasn't been any recognition for what I do. And I don't mean this in a sense of like getting constant praise or anything like that. It's more of a like a vibe check. It just feels like the past year has been like on a downhill trend in most regards. Not just with streaming, but also with my workplace stuff. Recently, our former manager left and we got a new one. And I don't know what it is about the new manager. He just, I don't know. Trying to be diplomatic about it. Like, I don't know, maybe they just have really high goals and high expectations or something. But it just feels like whatever we do is not enough for him. And it's weird, you know, doing this for so many years, constantly not being praised, but more like recognized. So like there's no complaints, everybody's satisfied, everybody's happy, you know, everybody thinks you're reliable, and then all of a sudden a new person comes in and it feels like nothing you do is good, nothing you do is right, nothing you do is enough. All of this happening at a time when I'm already, I feel like, a little bit down. And no matter how confident you are in your skills, it does take a toll on you. Like, yeah, I know I'm good at these things, but am I really? Makes you wonder. And it trickles down in the streaming as well. Because at first you think it's just work, it's a new person, it's fine. Then you're down in the dumps yourself and you're starting to question everything, not just that little piece. They're not trying to put me down in that sense. Like, I don't think the new manager is bad per se. I just feel like maybe they're not aware, or they just have like these very big ideas and don't necessarily understand the other implications of what they're trying to achieve. I don't know. I try not to blame others for everything, you know? It's very easy to blame others. Not that that's not, you know, it's never anyone else's fault. Of course, there are cases where you gotta be honest and recognize when it's not you and someone else, but I feel like it's important. It is. This is why me and Apex blame Snail. Yeah. So between work and everything else, I don't know. Recently, I've just felt like I'm not good enough. Well, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that I feel like I'm not good enough, but I'm definitely questioning myself a lot. I'm questioning whether I am as capable as I think I am. But I also like feel like I already overthink things too much, and maybe I'm just being doubly harsh on myself. And I'm just stuck in this kind of loop of, oh, I'm good enough, but are you really? But I feel like I'm being fair with my analysis, but then I'm like, are you? And then I think again I'm overthinking it, and it just goes round and round. Go and blame Snail. Yes, it's all Snail's fault. It's Snail's fault that I got a new manager at work. But yeah. The Niji Sanji collab, I keep thinking back to that. It's just, I also watched Nina's like stream yesterday a little bit. I didn't get to catch it all. Looking back and talking about their meetup, honestly almost brought me to tears at times, because it just brings back memories when I used to go to conventions and meet everyone and have a good time with people and like build memories and things like that. And I feel like recently I haven't had much to talk about or share with you guys, or even share with myself. Like, I look back at all the stuff that I did like in the earlier years. I went to like 2 conventions almost every year. I went to anime cons. I went to like, you know, esports convention, esports events. Went to concerts. Stayed in the house too much, probably. That probably does have an effect. I mean, we humans are social, you know, animals in essence. especially now that I'm not just a snow leopard, I'm a human. These types of things, I guess you don't really realize just how much they mean until you no longer have them. Even introverts need friends and, you know, gatherings and stuff like that. Remember going out over to a friend's house, you know, big meetup or like get together for somebody's birthday or an event and stuff like that, and just hang out and talk for hours, or play like a board game, or work on cosplays together, or, you know, do a LAN party. Most of those friends are now no longer here. They're in other cities and other countries. I'm also outside the town. I no longer live in the town. So even the few friends that we do have still in town, you know, they have their own schedules and troubles. And I guess a part of me was hoping that at least through streaming I would get to meet more people and hang out with more people. And it definitely has happened. It's just, I guess it's not really a replacement for, you know, in-person meetings and things like that. Oh, whatever. I'm just musing, I guess, right now, and just thinking about things, reflecting on things. Don't worry, I don't plan on making these types of streams all the time. I don't want to keep people, you know, down. But I did feel like, especially after today at work, I needed a little bit of a, you know, outlet. Happy bedtime story. I don't only have a happy bedtime story. I feel like I've been talking forever and it's only been 30 minutes. Happy bedtime story and the drawing stream. We will probably do a drawing stream at some point. Not right now though. Taiko. We can't really do that on YouTube though, because most songs in Taiko no Tatsujin are copyrighted and we will get bonked by YouTube. By Mama Susan. Gonna hit hard over the head. A Taiko on the table. Nah, that would sound terrible. Thinking back, I just remember it's been over 16 years. 15 years, over 15 years. It's gonna be 16 years this year. 15 years since I was to like a concert, like a big one. And the most memorable one, I guess. It was in 2005 when I went to the Nightwish concert. Man, that was a blast. I was there with friends. Took a train. Spent like almost 12 hours. Because we were, you know, kids, kind of. We didn't have a lot of money, so we had to book the cheapest trains. Spent almost 12 hours traveling to the capital. Slept in train stations. Just so we could go to a concert. It was also the last, you know, like tour of Nightwish with Tarja as a singer, as the vocalist, female vocalist. We were so happy. We managed to catch one of the last concerts in the tour. And like just half a year later, Tarja left. I think it was about half a year later, maybe less. And it was at that concert that I caught the drumstick thrown by Yuka. You know, at the end of concerts, at least for rock concerts. I don't know for others, but I imagine it's the same in other types of concerts. Like at the end, they often throw things in the audience, like the guitar picks, or like, you know, the drumsticks, things like that. Maybe some t-shirts and whatnot. And I actually caught one of the drumsticks. I still have it to this day. It's all battered up from the entire concert. Such a surreal moment looking back to it. I remember being completely dumbfounded for hours on end. Kept looking at the thing. After the concert was over, so many people tried to buy it off of me and stuff. It's such a weird feeling. And that's definitely a priceless item for me right now. Imagine the drumstick from one of the last concerts of the old Nightwish, especially the Nightwish that I grew up with. Freaking surreal. I caught both concerts in that tour. Any concerts you want to see? I do, for sure. There's definitely a bunch of concerts that I'd like to see live or in person, I guess. But my tastes have changed over the years. My tastes in music. So I don't know if there's like any rock concert that I would necessarily want to go nowadays. I feel like I kind of lost touch with that scene over the years. It's been 15 years almost. Definitely would be some concerts in Japan. There's a lot of like bands or singers that I would love to see live. If we're talking about like, you know, Reol, for instance, I would definitely like to catch one of her live concerts. Garnidelia as well. Or like solo singers. I'd probably like to go to a proper idol concert. I never got, like, I grew up with Betty's Kobo, and you know, they disbanded obviously since then. It's been a while, but I remember, you know, wanting to watch one of those concerts live. Only saw clips on YouTube and stuff. It feels like a pretty fun experience. I like to experience some underground stuff in Japan as well. One day. When I was younger, I used to go to a lot of like underground concerts in the city and around the city and stuff like that. A lot of smaller bands. And the energy was crazy in those concerts. Especially the rock concerts, man. Doing the pogo. Such dumbasses. I miss those people. It would get hurt pretty bad from the pogo. You watched Bucktick on YouTube? Would like to see them live? Yeah, I don't know Bucktick personally, but yeah, definitely. Seeing a concert live of a band or a singer that you enjoy is definitely a surreal experience. Like, I still remember that last Nightwish concert, man. I sung so much during that concert. I blew my like vocal cords. I fried them real good. Couldn't speak for like 3 days at all. I think that was the first time ever where the next day I literally had no voice. Like I was trying to speak and almost no sound was coming out of my mouth. It was kind of just like, I can't speak. It's like something like that. You can kind of maybe sort of hear words just based on my breath, but like you couldn't talk to me properly. I was it was something else. I also remember wanting to go to like what's his name? God, I'm drawing a blank right now. Miyavi, right? Miyavi. When I was younger, I definitely wanted to go to a Miyavi concert. I liked him a lot growing up. I still listen to him from time to time, both old songs and newer ones. Oh, and also Ancafe. Definitely a band I wanted to go to a concert when I was younger, but yeah, was meant to be. God, I loved Anti-Cafe. I was so sad when they disbanded, man. It was just like, it broke me. Especially when Bo left the band. I love those guys so much. I used to listen to Ancafe pretty much all the time. He became a teacher as far as I know. I kind of lost track of things over time. That was also was around the time where I worked in my old job, which was another dark period, I guess, in my life. And those three left the band. The band kind of lost its essence. Yeah. And once you know, bands are definitely one of those like things that develops a life of its own. And when any like piece of that puzzle changes, it rarely works. It rarely works. Sometimes it does, obviously, you know, sometimes you just stumble over a magic formula and you find something that fits, or that's even better than before. But once you've developed that identity of what it is, what a band is, the characters that are part of that band or that group, it feels like a piece, like it's not even just a piece is missing. It feels like the whole thing feels wrong. Like Nightwish for me, right? When Tarja left, they're doing pretty good nowadays. From what I heard, although I think they're now on a hiatus again. But they struggled for a while to find a new singer that fits, and they definitely lost their groove for a while. And it just felt like it wasn't the same anymore. But I get it, you know, like sometimes the interactions between people don't work, sometimes life gets in the way. There's all sorts of reasons why these things happen. But as a viewer, as somebody who like just looks at things from the outside, you know, it's hard to reconcile one with the other. The new vocalist in Nightwish is pretty good though. She has a good voice and she seems to be quite fitting. Brings back a little bit of the old time memories and vibes. And I wish them all the best for sure. I just moved on from the whole scene in general quite a bit over the years. I've shifted away. I still go back and listen to rock music and stuff, but it's not like back then, obviously. That used to be like my community for a while. Also, the Final Fantasy Little Ladies Day event ends in just a few hours. If you guys haven't played it, you definitely should. You get a little crown. You get a little crown that you can use for your transmog. Well, not transmog, what is glamour? Glamour is the word. Your glams. It's a cute little crown. I think it's also dyeable. I forgot to check. You definitely should go do your event and get your little crown. It's really cute. It ends in a few hours. You really should get it done soon. You have probably less than 12 hours, I want to say. If you go to sleep now, you're not gonna get it done in time. Yeah. Been trying to think like what I should do differently lately. I feel like I tried all sorts of things. Obviously change doesn't happen overnight, so it's too early to tell if it's gonna have a positive impact or not. I'm hoping, you know, the switch over to YouTube's gonna help freshen things up a little bit, give me some new energy or some new, I don't know, motivation. Not motivation, because I don't feel like I'm not motivated. But just, I don't know, a new perspective, I guess. I would like to play some Minecraft at some point. I feel like I kept dancing around it. I want to try playing Minecraft. That's, you know, that's kind of the thing. Like, I want to play Minecraft, but I want to play Minecraft on the server with other people. Like, you know, like, I don't know, man. The more I watch Niji Sanji and like other groups like that, just the interactions and, you know, the collaborations, I just don't want to be alone anymore. I don't want to just stream alone. I just want a group of people, you know, to hang out. Like, I definitely enjoy, you know, the fact that in Elden Ring you can summon people and stuff like that. And that's also why, you know, I was always interested in MMOs. That social aspect, that interaction with other people. It just feels like I'm in the wrong place. Because most of the people that I interact with are like NA or like SEA, not as much Europe. I don't know why. I guess it's because I'm streaming so late and being more active in the evenings. where other Europeans are probably asleep or, you know, just tuning out. And it feels like I never really get to play with people as much and just build memories like I used to. Still remember the early days of like WoW. And by early days I mean like the first 8 or so years. Hanging out with the guildies, just chatting on Ventrilo and stuff like that. Like voice chats. 2 a.m. in the morning, just talking shit. It was like even like post raid and stuff, would just hang out and do things. I miss that. Yeah, I do have a new model that I need to prep. I wanted to, you know, play around with it a little bit and work on stuff. I did mention that one was in the works like a month ago or something like that, 2 months ago. I think it was early in the year. Got delayed a little bit because of various circumstances. But I do plan on, you know, making a release of that soon. It feels a little bit out of place debuting my new model at this stage because it's almost summer. And I guess it's not very fitting in terms of dress code and stuff, but I still like it and I still want to show it to everyone. It looks really nice. Has very comfy vibes, I would say. I would definitely like to at some point have multiple costumes, you know, and change between them depending on the season or like events and stuff like that. Yeah, it's a really nice model. It's probably gonna happen like towards the end of the month. Not this month, like towards the end of April or something like that. As I want to try and do it a little bit more justice and try and hype it up some more on social medias and all that kind of stuff. Learn to play the game, play the YouTube and social media game better. And not just leave it for like, oh, yay, next week or like in a few days. I want to give it some time to like boil and stuff. But I think you're gonna like it. I think you'll like it. It looks really nice. I'm really enjoying the vibes of the new costume. I feel like it fits me in a lot of ways. And it has the very different vibe from my current costume. So it'll be nice to have like, you know, different costumes for different occasions and different vibes. I need to get back into 14 soon, properly. Before, like, we got like 2 weeks or so, a little bit over 2 weeks, I want to say, until the new patch comes out. We're gonna be farming pretty hard on Saturday because I need those tombstones. Hello, Riley. Welcome. Hope you're having a good day. I need to farm those tombstones. I haven't touched the Mughal event at all yet. There's a few rewards that I want to get from this event. So I'm probably gonna end up farming a lot of dungeons. Tomorrow we're gonna do some Pokemon. We're gonna continue the playthrough, or the Japanese playthrough. I'm gonna get some learning done. I've been putting that off for quite a while now. And I'm getting even rustier than I already was. We gotta pick that up again and make some more progress on the learning side and practice some more. We need to learn to speak proper Japanese, even if it's only little by little. I'd also like to, I don't know what yet, like I haven't figured it out, but I'd like to play a game like in German or Spanish, just to practice those a little bit more. I haven't spoken any German or Spanish in like forever. This is the nice way of putting it. Like I haven't spoken Spanish in almost 15 years, I want to say, and German like 10 years. To say I'm rust is putting it mildly at this stage. I know I can hold a conversation and there's like practice it, but yeah, Persona, I think that's not a great game for that. Persona is way too, for one, very long. Persona games are extremely long, and two, Persona isn't a fun game to like watch and experience if you don't understand it. So I don't think anyone would be having a lot of fun when most of my viewers speak English and have no iota of like other languages. Like I imagine some of them might speak German, but Spanish probably not. I don't think anyone in my viewer base speaks Spanish. But it would be nice to, you know, just maybe something that's a little bit shorter. Still story based, but shorter. Something that can be finished in like, I don't know, 34 streams. German Dark Souls run? I mean, I could do it. Again, I speak German pretty well. I know I don't. Again, for me, it's more about like, I don't know, just interacting in a different way more than anything. Like Dark Souls in German is definitely possible, and it wouldn't be very intrusive for anyone, because they could still just see items and whatnot and kind of get the hang of it. But I figured story would be more interesting just because I would get to, you know, read and stuff more. That's why I was thinking, you know, some kind of story game or something, well, something that has more story to it. I feel like it would be a little bit more interesting than just playing a quote-unquote menu game. Because things like Dark Souls, they're very action-packed, so you don't get to see much of anything. Just have to read every item you pick up. True. Yeah, that's definitely possible. Yeah, some kind of visual novel that's not too long. Hatoful Boy. Why did you have to hit me with the weird recommendations? Can't it be something more normal? Amnesia, the visual novel. That's like Galge. No, not Galge. Otoge, right? That's an Otome game. I think it was an Otome game, right? It's one of those you know, cute boys. Yeah. Yeah, something like that could work for sure. I don't know if I can get my hands on it in German though. I don't even know if it's localized. Probably is. I imagine it is. A lot of games nowadays, especially the visual novel side, tend to be translated in multiple languages. I'd have to check. I honestly don't know. Amnesia Memories on Steam. Okay, it is on Steam. Does it support German language? Nope, it doesn't support German by the looks of it. No, it's only English and Japanese. It has English text, Japanese voice. Doesn't seem to have German. Oh god. Does Doki Doki have Japanese? No, it's only English. It's only English. It doesn't support German. Spooky Literature Club. Yeah, I haven't played it. I know of it, and I know like the stories surrounding it by and large, like the general idea, but I haven't actually played it. It should be nice to play something slower paced at some point for sure. Yeah, I just found out, I think today or yesterday, found out lore. If you guys are like old World of Warcraft players, you probably remember Josh Lore Allen. He got hired by Blizzard in like 2013, something like that, somewhere thereabout. He just left Blizzard like yesterday or something. He used to be a big person in the community back like in the, I want to say Elitist Jerks days. He was a curly boy. He was a very curly boy. He used to have like this show. No, it wasn't Elitist Jerk. It was Tank Spot, I think it was called. I think I was on Tank Spot. He had this show called The Weekly Marmot where he'd like answer questions and go over things in news and stuff. He used to be really like authoritative, I guess, in a sense, like a big name in the community, up until he got hired by Blizzard, and then he stopped doing those things because, you know, he couldn't do them anymore. And he just left Blizzard like a day or two ago. I don't know, or today. I'm not sure when his last day was. Sometime this week, I think. Yeah, I used to watch The Weekly Marmot pretty much every week. Those were some good times. Yeah, like I'm happy for him that he got hired, you know, to the company he was looking forward to the most back then. I don't know how he feels nowadays. Especially, you know, with him being on the inside, he probably sees things differently than the players in the community. I don't know if he's as like not negative, but like maybe his outlook on the game isn't as I guess negative is the right word in a sense, as negative as the communities. Because if you ask most players, they'll probably tell you WoW is in a great spot nowadays. So I don't know how he thinks, how he sees it. But I do miss his old videos for sure. It was really fun to watch him back in the day. But with him gone, I don't think there's like almost very few people are still left at current day Blizzard from the old days. Like Ian is one of the few, if not the only one nowadays. Nekopara is in German? Is it? Nekopara Steam, let's see. No, it doesn't. At least on Steam it says English, Japanese, and traditional Chinese. It doesn't say German. You found translations? Like fan-made translations or something like that? I looked at it in the launcher, but it didn't say anything about German. I don't see anything. So let me try and do something else. Something like a game maybe? I don't know. I honestly don't know how to search on Steam by language. Maybe some of the bigger like AAA titles and stuff might support German. What's this game? Bad and Theater. This one seems to be in German. What is it? Oh, it's a visual novel, star-rich, multiple endings. Yeah, this seems to have multiple. Supports English, Japanese, German, French, Korean, Russian, Spanish, Portuguese, Polish, simplified Chinese, Swedish, Italian, Vietnamese, and Turkish. So we got Spanish and German for this one. Interesting. Well, that's one option. Found one game. And looks pretty cute too. Has a cute little art style. That would be nice. Persona 4 Arena Ultimax is a fighting game. Primarily. It does have some story beats. But it's not a lot. I guess that can work to an extent. And that reminds me, I want to play Persona 4 again. Can write visual novel game and you have a box with language options. I miss playing Persona games. Especially 4. I played the game multiple times, but it's just something about Persona 4 that just resonates with me. I want to go back and play it again at some point. What's this? What language is this game in? English, Japanese, simplified Chinese. Nope, that's not good. Yeah, it's more like big games like AAA titles, stuff like that tend to have multiple language support. But like smaller indie games and stuff like that oftentimes don't have the budget, so they just do English and Japanese, I guess, depending from where they're from. Like English or Japanese or both. Because that's like the biggest market they can cover based on their costs. So usually the smaller games, they won't really get translations in many languages. The full boyfriend it is. I'm taking like a short look over my my Steam library to see if I have anything. Hopefully I don't have to get new games because I'm on a tight budget here, you know. A bed and theater looks nice. It's not too expensive. It actually looks kind of cute. So I'll probably give that one a shot. That looks like a decent enough, an interesting enough game. It's cute enough. Persona 4 Ultimax, what languages do you support? Oh, that one you had German, right? And Spanish. I guess that could also work. It would give us some options to work with. I miss those characters so much. And Persona Ultimax also has P3 characters in it, because it mixes the two. So we got a pretty big cast in that one. What's the deluxe edition for this game? Yeah, well, I made a note. Oh wait, right, Omori. What language? Oh, that's in just English and Japanese. Yeah, figured, because it is an indie. It's also an RPG more than a visual novel, so not the greatest option, I guess. Could have worked. Some of these older games, pretty sure don't have multiple. Ooh. Oh my god. That would be kind of fun, I guess. How many of you guys remember Blood Rain? Blood Rain 1 and 2? Those games have both German and Spanish support. They're more action games than anything, but they do have a little bit of story. That'll be probably kind of fun. Games are also technically not very long, so that would probably be pretty fun. Well, they have subtitles, I guess, not full audio. Oh, you don't know Blood Rain? It's an older game. I'm trying to remember when it came out. It's a pretty long while ago. These are old games. Looking at like 2003, 4, 5, 6, something like that. There are games with like this vampire chick. You play as a vampire woman, half vampire, I think. Like half vampire, half humans, something. And you're fighting basically against Nazis. It's one of those, like, you know, back in the era of, you know, when Wolfenstein and things were popular. But they did remake them recently, so they have like support for newer systems and stuff. They're pretty fun games, actually. Definitely should check them out. They're pretty fun little games. I think the newer ones might even have mod support to some extent. It's one of those games from the older days where, you know, cheat codes were still a thing. Persona 5 Strikers is an offshoot, and I haven't gotten around to playing that yet. It's on the long pile list of games that I want to get eventually, because I don't own that. Yeah, Blood Rain was pretty fun. It's like, you know, from the Max Payne era kind of thing. It's something like that. It kind of plays sort of like that. Like you have bullet slow-mo and stuff. They were pretty fun. They're like B tier games, not AAA stuff, you know. But back then, you know, B tier was still popular in its own way. Definitely worth giving a shot if you haven't played it. And they should be pretty cheap too, overall, I think. I can't imagine them being extremely expensive. On there, $13 for Blood Rain 2. And I imagine about, yes, something similar for the first one. Yeah, $12.50 for each. Apparently they made a new one. It's a sort of side-scrollery game. Looks Metroidvania-ish. It's like a side-scroller, hack and slash kind of thing. I don't know how good it is. I actually haven't played this one. But I mean, it's a B-list title, so it's probably okay. It's like probably not like super amazing extra, oh my god. But it should be pretty fun. Yeah, I'm a boomer. Well, I'm not a boomer, but like, you know what I mean. I remember some of these older games from back in the day. Back in my day. I still have Midnight Club too. It probably doesn't work on my... I'm pretty sure I tried installing it and it didn't work on my PC. I don't think this is still playable on... Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't support Windows 7 and up. This is an old freaking game. That was a game I used to play. Old school, man. Old school. I was pretty pumped back in the day. Yeah, Windows 2000, Windows XP, not compatible with 7 and Vista. Talk about old, man. It was a fun game back in the day. What else I got? Obscure. I am not playing that again. Horror games, no thank you. Did it once, hated it, never again. No fighting games for me. It'd be nice to try some other, like Serious Sam. Man, those were... I'm so old, man. Serious Sam is 2002. Jesus Louise. I'm too old. Jedi Academy, Jedi Knight 2, Jedi Outcast, Jedi Knight, Jedi Academy. Man, I'm a boomer. Republic Commando. These are all games in my Steam library, if you're wondering what I'm looking at. Oh man, Warhammer 40k Dawn of War 1 and 2. Those were fun. I really had a good time playing those. Dawn of War 1 has so much replay value. If you have, especially you have like all the DLC and stuff. There's so many factions too. Obviously the campaign is pretty linear and like, you know, copy pasted in most regards, but like just the idea of playing it with so many different you know, factions. I wonder if that still works on your systems. It would be nice to try and revisit that at some point. Where is the support? Where is the support? I want to see Windows XP 2000. Doesn't say it doesn't work on your systems, so these might actually work. Warhammer 40k Dawn of War 1 might actually work. We should try giving it a shot, installing it and see if it works. And Dawn of War 2 as well. Man, my childhood. Man, my childhood. I probably would like to do like a Dawn of War 2 playthrough with heroes only. Like just run through the campaign with just heroes, you know, like an RPG type thing. There's 2 campaigns for that as well. You got Chaos Rising and Retribution for Dawn of War 2. I think that's all of them. I don't think there was other DLC. I think I have all of them. Oh, Dawn of War 3. I heard that Dawn of War 3 wasn't very good. It wasn't very well received. I don't know how bad it is. Or how good, for that matter. But I didn't hear... Like, from what I understand, the people that like Dawn of War 1 and 2 really didn't like the new one. Which is kind of sad. It's very mixed reviews from what I'm seeing on this one. Yeah, a lot of people are saying that they love 40k and they love Dawn of War 1 and 2, but they don't like this one. Really sad to hear that. I probably will check it out at some point in the future, but there's definitely other games that I'm more interested in trying out than this, especially since it appears to be not well received at all. So maybe try something out first. Something else out, I mean. Yeah, Diablo 2 was another game I played a lot. Well, I won't say a lot. It wasn't a game that I played as much as some of the other ones. But I would regularly dip in and out of it, like over and over again, for short bursts. Oh, Dungeon Siege. Dungeon Siege 1 and 2. Oh, Disciples 2. Man, I feel so old looking back at these. Disciples 2. Disciples 2 and Heroes 3. Those were the fucking games, man. Those were the fucking games. I feel old. I feel very old looking back at my game library here. I really enjoyed Disciples 2. It shouldn't be very big though, because you're EU, and it's very late at night. Should be pretty small as far as I know. Just a few people. Yeah, I have a list of all these old games. The problem is most of these don't work on newer systems. Like, you have to jump through a lot of hoops to make them work, and some of them don't even have the hoops to jump through to make them work. That's the only problem. Like Disciples 2, I think we might be able to make it work, but it's gonna be pretty painful. Yeah, some people just can't get it to work. Which is sad. Some of these games are really, really good. Or were, I guess, back in the day. Because if you can't play them, you can't really say they're still good. You can make them to work. I don't know, man. Maybe at some point I should get like an old system, like a second computer that's like, you know, running Windows XP or something, and install it on that. That would be funny. I also have a lot of Final Fantasy games to go through that I haven't played on stream. Or at all, for that matter. Especially the older ones. The 1 through 6, I didn't finish all of them. They did remake them recently. Probably should look at those at some point. But man, my library is filled with older games. Oh god, Demigod. That's a game that no longer works, I'm pretty sure. I think you can still play it single player, maybe? But it was a MOBA game. And I'm pretty sure the servers are down, so you can only play it as a single player. Yeah, you can't play it anymore. Yeah, it stopped working. It was a fun game back in the day, but not anymore. Because you can't register anymore. And the funny thing is, they're still selling it on Steam, which is kind of effed up. Like, it's still listed as available for purchase. Which is kind of silly, considering you can't create an account to actually play the game anymore. GG Company. It was a fun little MOBA. It had its charm for sure. Had some interesting characters. Man, am I old? Is this the conclusion that I'm old? Fable. Other similar games. I feel like we've went to so many old games. Like Divinity, Disciples, Jagged Alliance, King's Bounty, Legacy of Kain, Soul Reaver. Feels like I'm stuck in time. Obviously I have some newer games here as well, but oh, Risen, I got all the Risen games. Sacred 1 and 2 and 3, all the old Serious Sam games, all the old Star Wars game, Mysteries of the Sith, Dark Forces. Man, this library's old. Titan Quest, I tried installing that recently and I couldn't get it to work no matter how much I tried. I was a little bit disappointed. I really wanted to try it out. And the funny thing is they did an anniversary edition that they released in like 2016. And I got that. So I thought that would work, but it didn't. It says Windows XP, Vista 7, 8, and 10, 32 or 64-bit. But I couldn't get it to work on my new PC. So that was kind of disappointing. I was pretty sure this one would work. Yeah, I should build a PC, an older PC, and run like a Windows XP on it or something. Holy crap. I should probably try and install it again, because I see they just recently, like in December 2021, they got a new DLC for the game. So I'm pretty sure it should work. Maybe it was like a driver issue or something, a temporary one. Maybe if I try installing it again, it should work nowadays. I honestly don't know. It wasn't that long when I tried to install it. I think it was like either late last year, I think I want to say. Late last year, this year. Something like that. It was pretty recent. Less than a year ago. I'll 100% say that. Less than a year ago. Yeah, my list of games is there's like, I would say about half of it is like old games, really old games. Obviously I have some newer stuff as well, but a lot of it is a trip down memory lane, let's put it that way. Lots of oldies but goldies. Oh, Civ 3. Got that one as well. Oddworld. Jesus. Really, really old stuff here. I definitely should give it a shot and see which ones of these games still work. Bomberman. Now that's even older. Although there's like newer Bomberman that for sure work. Although I don't think that's on PC. I'm pretty sure because those are exclusive. Oh no, there is a Bomberman for PC. Super Bomberman R online and Super Bomberman R. This is a newer game, so this one definitely exists on Steam as well. What are some old games that you guys miss or would like to go back to but can't? Or maybe, okay, maybe they can, but like they're very late into like not fully supported necessarily. Do you have some like old goldies that you look back to that you like to play but you know are having a hard time? This game also has multiple language support, I think. No, it's just English. Probably with mods or something. You can change languages. Mario, the 2D ones. Yeah, that's pretty old. That's like an NES era. Some of them would be pretty nice to go back to. I think many of them are still available, like on the Switch and stuff. Or at least on some virtual machines. Probably not Switch. Maybe not Switch, but like Wii U. Oh. Broken Sword. I think that one's like a point and click game. Right? That's a point and click, yeah. Point and click adventure game. Most of them are on Steam from what I can see. There's like a complete pack and stuff. Broken Sword 1 through 5. These also have multiple language support. Yeah, all 5 of them are on Steam. You can even buy them as a bundle and get a discount on them. What is this? Broken Sword, Broken Sword, Broken Sword. Oh, this is soundtrack and stuff. You can get all 5 of them for like, what is it? 10, 20, 30? Oh, so you can get it down to 30. You can get like a $13 discount if you buy all 5 of them. Apparently the 5 that came out relatively recently compared to the other ones, at least. Although this one's pretty old too. It's like 2014. Might want to check if you can actually play them though. That's the real kicker, right? Can you actually play them? Support. What does it say? Windows 10. Yeah, okay. It's apparently it should be working. Looks like it should be working. The level magazine. Yeah, that was the thing. I completely forgot. Man, the level magazine was something that I often used to read as well. That's how I first found out about Heroes 3. I had one issue where they covered Heroes 3. I remember going through that particular volume like hundreds of times, just looking at the images and rereading the articles and stuff before I could get Heroes myself. I would study those images for hours. I don't know, it was like entranced with it. It looked so good for back then. I just couldn't stop looking at them. The gameplay looked so interesting. But I can't make Heroes 3 work on my current system. And the Steam version that they have is like really borked. And it's missing content and whatnot from what I understand. SFF World? What's that? Oh, no, FF World. Oh, FF World? You mean, what's that? World of Final Fantasy? I'm confused. Oh, World of Final Fantasy. Subtitles, yes, for different languages. Does seem to have. I mean, it's like I said, it's a newer release. It does have multiple language support. Yeah. Yeah, they were. Yeah. Could be something that we could try at some point, maybe. I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know what to do for games. I'm gonna make a list and things. I actually did note a few of them down, but not all of them. Oh, I did note a few games down. Can give a shot at some point. I thought I added this to the wish list. I guess I forgot. What do you mean I'm not signed in? Are you stupid, game? Wow, Steam is being very smart right now. What are you even saying, Steam? Alright, the Steam launcher bugged, I guess. I'm literally viewing a game in the Steam launcher and it says I'm not logged in. Explain this to me. How is that possible? How does that make any sense? Ah, whatever. Silly game launcher, game storefront being silly, I guess. Anyway. Today was an interesting day. Let's hope tomorrow is gonna be better. Let us hope tomorrow is gonna be better. Let's always look towards the future. Did you choose the princess costume for 14? Yes, I did. Because my character is female. And I went with that one. You can pick the seneschal because you're male. It's a pretty standard like long dress, red and black. It wasn't something like particularly fancy. It looked like something from Ishgard, I think. I want to say it looked like an Ishgardian dress of sorts. It wasn't like super unique or something you haven't seen before. So you're not necessarily missing out on much. You feel like Cloud? Oh my god, I love that scene so much. I almost want to boot FF7 again just to play through that again. I'm a sucker for that, for the honeybee scene. Yeah. It's almost 1 a.m. Well, that was nice. It felt nice to let it out a little bit, I guess. Let it off my chest. Tomorrow we'll get back. Like I don't want to do this for other streams, so don't worry about it too much. I don't plan on having this kind of like general mood for the other streams. I'm gonna do my best to keep it contained and all of that. But yeah. Tomorrow we're doing Pokemon, so it's gonna be studying, so that's gonna keep us distracted regardless. And we'll try and get back to things. I guess today just kind of was too much with work, and I was also working a little bit late, so I didn't quite have enough time, I guess, to shift and realign my mindset, try and get over it. I could have not streamed, I guess, but I didn't want to look for excuses, I guess. I feel like I recently have been ditching a little bit too many streams just because I wasn't in the right headspace, so I didn't want to continue that. I wanted to kind of hold myself accountable in a sense, even if it's not necessarily, super comfortable in terms of discussing these things. But it's a just chatting stream, I guess. We can just talk about whatever. But I'm glad you guys enjoyed my softer voice, I guess. My calmer voice. We'll see. Maybe we'll do some of this again. I don't know if it's quite ASMR voice, but as long as you guys like it, it's all good. It's gonna be interesting trying to get back into Pokemon after such a long break. I wonder how long it's been. I haven't checked. It's probably been like a month, I want to say. Check my own channel. Look at me, I'm a narcissist. I'm looking at my own channel. Yeah, it's been a month. More than a month, actually. Last one was February 1st. 2 months. It's been 2 months since we stopped, since we last did Pokemon. I'm gonna get back into it. Stop slacking. Get back into the groove. In the groove of things. Okay, we'll probably just call it a day here. I don't wanna keep anyone up any longer. It's already 1 a.m. for me. It's getting pretty late for some of you. And for the others, it's probably already too late. It was fun. It was fun chatting a little bit. Just slowing things down a little bit. I'm gonna try and do more of this stuff. I'm looking forward to your suggestions and submissions for future streams. If there's something you want me to answer, like questions, or want me to watch something. I did get a video, but I didn't got around to watching it this time. Just didn't feel right. The mood just didn't fit for this one. But I did see it. I did see it. Like I saw it get posted. I didn't watch it, but I know of it, and we'll definitely check it out later, as well as any other new submissions or like posts that you guys suggestions, I guess, and some other things for next time. Try and make this semi-regularly, maybe once every 2 weeks or so, maybe once a week, depending on how you guys enjoy this kind of stuff. But yeah, I'll see you all tomorrow for Pokemon. I'll try and make the room tomorrow as early as possible, but as listed on the schedule, it's gonna be at around 8 p.m. of my time, which is GMT +3 right now because of summertime. Or, well, UTC +3, I guess. GMT +3. Time zones, man. They work weird. But, yeah, you can check the schedule. And I'll look to make the room as soon as possible tomorrow. I'm probably gonna go hit the bed myself shortly. Thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Remember to hit that like button. It really does help. And it raises my morale and my spirits. Leave a comment if you have a comment. I'm looking forward to read your comments. Let me know what you like, what you didn't like, what you want to see more of. All that stuff, all the nice stuff, all the nice YouTube algorithmical steps and procedures. And I'll see you tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your evening, everybody. Good night.